But that was the way it was in those days. Now, ain't nothing like that. Now let's talk about what's going to happen this coming.
Well, let's
weekend.
take a break first, and then we'll come right back, folks. And we're back.
And he hit the thing.
Hit the start button.
All right.
So anyway, old guys loving life, and we told you in the very first show we were going to be talking about fishing and cooking and travel and enjoying life and everything. So let's talk a little about travel.
Yes.
Wayne and his wife are travel experts, and they have a business. And if he wants to give out the web address, he's welcome to. I don't want to.
WorldClassCruises.net.
WorldClassCruises.net.
And ask for Linda. And
ask for Wayne. Don't ask for Linda. Ask for Wayne. He's the member of the show, right?
Yeah, but
he'll have to ask Linda.
I'd have to.
All right, so I've got one that I'm going to...
Every good man has a great wife.
Oh, absolutely. I agree.
Otherwise, we would never be anchored down. Cruises. Let me tell you, Royal Caribbean has come out with some great new ships, and some more ships are coming out.
I heard they just released the largest ship ever.
Yeah, they
It's
did.
like 20 million people on the thing. It's like riding around in New York City, right?
Right, and I tell you something. The Oasis and the Lemuria, those two right there are big, big ships. You walk around in those things and you actually don't even know. People say they're worried about getting seasick. How do you worry about getting seasick if you're on an island?
This is true. Big floating island.
That's what it is. It's a big floating island with a lot of shows, a lot of food, a lot of entertainment, a lot of things for the kids. Everything that you can imagine is on there. And if you want to know where anything is, go to any elevator and look to your right, and there's what they're called a finder. And when you hit that button down the bottom, it will list like restaurants, bars, anything. And then you hit where you want to go to, and it will tell you and show you exactly where it is.
Wow.
And it's so cool. That way you can even go to, I want to go to the one of the steak places. And you can actually hit the button on where that is. And it was like Chops. And hit Chops. And it'll tell you if there's an opening or there's a waiting line and how many people are waiting.
Oh, okay.
So then that way you don't go run down there and think you're going to get in.
Right.
And which is cool. Really is. And if you can't find your room after you've had a few cocktails, that ain't never happened.
You hit the button and it shows you where your room is?
Exactly. All you got to do is hit rooms, type in your number, and it will map it right in a little red line and show you exactly where your room is.
Wow.
And you never get lost. There is no way.
Oh.
And
I've never gotten lost on a boat.
Can you see the whole ship? No, not in one time. Even for 7 days, to tell the truth. That's how big it is.
Really?
Yes. They have ice skating. They've got divers diving. I mean, people board diving off the back. They have that kind of a show. They have Broadway show, Grease, hair thing. I mean, all kinds of shows.
Well, maybe you ought to give us some packages or tell us some prices or something.
Next time we was talking about that, we need to get the girls over here, and I might see if I can get Linda to have a little talk about some of the newest things that are coming out.
But you guys do more than
yes.
cruises. You do tours and travel.
We go everywhere and check it out before we sell it.
Right.
Because if I don't like it, I'm not going to tell nobody.
Well, I've got one for you. My nephew is getting married in Rome in October. So we're kicking around the idea of going, joining my brother and my sister-in-law and go to the wedding over there in Rome. Never been to Europe. My wife and I have never been to Europe, and so this is one of those things we can cross off the bucket list. We don't know anything about Rome other than it's probably the oldest city in the world.
One of the oldest.
Yeah, and so looking forward to that part of it. 15-hour flight over there is not too appealing,
Well, yeah, that, or you could take one of the cruises and a ship and fly over to Italy, and you can get to see the whole Italy, but you're going for a wedding.
Right.
I do a fly and stay.
Right.
Rome is a big city, and
it's huge.
I would definitely would say, if you're going to the Vatican or
Well, if
anything
they've got
like
one of those
that,
little finder things in Rome.
yeah, but you really need a travel guide or a guide, and we set up people with these guides, and you really need it because it's so many thousands of people. It's like unbelievable.
Oh, I know.
Especially if you want to go see the Vatican.
I mean, can you imagine how many thousands or millions of tourists are visiting that city every day, plus the normal hustle bustle of a large city? I mean, that place is probably
bumper to bumper, tight to tight.
Exactly.
It is.
I can't imagine.
And if you've got somebody that is a good tour guide that's going to show you the like I said, the Vatican, that takes you in, already have the tickets for you, bring you through, and explain to you all the artworks and all the statues, who they are, what they are, and what period of time, the beginning and to the middle and to the end. And it's very, very educational. It really is.
Vatican's where God lives, right?
The what?
The Vatican is where God lives, right?
I guess. I'm not sure if I know that one.
The Pope.
Oh, that.
The Pope,
Yeah. Well,
Billy Graham, Joel
Billy
Osteen.
Graham. No.
All the gods live there, right? I'm joking.
That's funny.
I'm joking. But I do want to go see it, and I'll have
But
to.
the food's very good.
Oh, I bet.
One of my
it's not
favorite-
like eating at Olive Garden, though, is it?
No, one of my favorite places to go is probably Florence.
Florence?
Yes,
Uh-huh.
Florence is a beautiful little city. It's quaint, great wine. If you like wine, very inexpensive wine, and the food's not that expensive.
I've been wanting to go to. I'm intrigued by Venice. Ever since a kid, I've always been intrigued by Venice and the canals. And
Oh
the
yeah,
travel
they have
by
the
boat.
guy that's got the pole and he's going around through the canal.
And I was misled as a child. They said, "Oh, Venice is covered in water. You have to go from here to here by boat." Nah. You
Not
look at
really.
it. You look at it now that we have these wonderful things called satellites and Google Earth. We can zoom in on Venice and see, nope, the canals are only a small portion of the travel
Right.
in that city.
But if you want to go to the O part of Venice, where the some of the great tour places are, that is really nice. Yes, it's a lot of water. You have to you can walk from one section to the other with the little bridges.
Right.
And I found a wine place. Believe it or not, you know those large
I'm not
Coca-Cola.
surprised.
You know those large Coca-Cola?
Yeah.
They would fill this place.
Like a 2-liter?
This place is on the who's who of best winery in Europe, in Italy, and this guy I walked that he had all these vats and I asked him how much is this wine and this wine. He says $3 a bottle, and I went, what? I said, I think one of those, and one of that.
What do you
So
do?
I'm walking down the street, pouring into my glass these different wines. Oh man!
I
was
bet
it-
he was ass-faced.
and eating the cheeses and the salami.
Now, were
Oh,
you staying in a hotel or did you go back to a
how about the cruise ship?
Cruise ship.
Yeah,
Oh,
and the
man.
best thing about the cruise ship,
Bet that
they
toilet
looked
was
at the
flooded that
Coca-Cola
night.
bottle and they didn't even say anything about it because they were
Somebody
not
out there got my joke. I'm sorry, man.
and,
I'm here to add color commentary.
and you're not allowed to bring liquor on board. Well, there's a little way around that. But see, they didn't look at the Coca-Cola bottles filled with wine. They thought it was Coca-Cola bottles. They didn't say nothing to me.
So that's what the guy put it in
Yes.
when you bought it?
Yes.
Coca-Cola bottles.
Yes. And I couldn't believe it.
Well, as
And I
many
was-
times that cruise ship goes that city, I bet they see hundreds of people coming back with
I
Coca-Cola
bet
bottles.
you they did.
Oh, you hell.
Yeah.
These Americans buy Coca-Cola in Italy when they can get it over in the States for free.
That's right. But don't think you can bring it back to the States. Drink it on board.
Yeah, that's
you
right.
cannot fool these people that are at the coming in. No.
That's right. And also, when you're in the Caribbean and you stop by Jamaica, smoke it on the boat. Don't bring it back to the States. You will get busted.
Amen. You would. They have these little dogs that are running around, and they look like they're cute and sweet. And they walk and they sit beside you and look at you. I guarantee you there'll be 2 or 3 guys will come right up and say hi to you.
You'll make new friends. All right,
Very
folks.
new friends.
We're gonna, let's start winding it down here. Again, I'm going to throw my plugs out here. Old guys loving life at gmail.com. That's our email. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, what else? SoundCloud, and on our host site here at Spreaker.com. So, again, can't emphasize this enough. Send us your email. Give us your suggestions. Give us your feedback. You like the show? You hate the show? If you wish we would just fall off the edge of the earth, we'd want to hear that one too. But
Tell us something.
yeah.
Give us an idea.
Yeah. Give us some
Especially where you're from and where you're at. That
Yeah.
would be even better.
Exactly. We just
And I hope you're from near Georgia, Bulldog.
Yeah, we'd just like to hear you. We'd give you a shout out, and we welcome hearing from you. So anyway, I got this diesel truck out here rumbling in the neighbor's driveway, and I'm sure that's feeding back on you guys. So on behalf of my friend Wayne, I'm Perry, and we
Yep.
wish you a well week. We'll see you next week for another episode of Old Guys Loving Life. Cheers.
Go Bulldogs.
War Eagle.